attention. Now, Rupert, tell us what you were talking
Yes.
about, beloved.
Hello, can you hear me at all?
Yes, I can hear you just fine. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. I appreciate you first and foremost because this is my first time ever on a platform like this to express my ideas. But this one, I wanted to get it out to the people because you have a big platform and explain something that people are kind of just brushing over, but it's a key point. Um, when you hear the audio call of them speaking to the dispatch, she's green. She doesn't know. She doesn't know, and I've worked in offices where I've worked in environments where you have dispatch and they work for an entity. In in Mississippi in that area, Chris Ward and Captain Seth Ward, who was on that call, Seth Ward is the son of Chris Ward. Chris Ward, the father, they are the owners of that company in of the CETO in Mississippi. They have four hubs along the coastline near the private boating docks that you see that come up in this case. The grandfather Jerry Atkinson, who sells boats, he has automatic insurance of CETO when he sells the boat. So this is how CETO makes their money. Okay, he has a big connection. What you saw was an alibi. It was a thought out alibi. He told his grandson, called him on the water and told him what was the situation. He told him to call Cito while he was calling Cito himself. This is the grandfather. These are elders who have deep clan ties in Mississippi. When he called Cito's captain, Seth Ward, the son of Chris Ward, already had spoken with the grandfather. They already knew the plan, and what they needed to assure themselves is that they had a recording audio of them denying the call so that they have an alibi that they never came out. But they did. They did not need to tow a boat. They needed to tow a body because they could not dump the body in the water right there when it was active and light outside. It would have been found by either the Coast Guard before the evening dropped, or it would have been found by the Coast Guard early morning. So they went and they towed the body and they hid it at a sea tow hub. And if you notice, and I've done the timing, the search on the 5th started roughly around late 11 o'clock, 12 noon. And because of weather, it had to end at 4 p.m. So that left 15 hours of open space on the water before July 6th till you can find the body. Now, this is where they told on themselves, Queen. The coordinates, longitude, latitude that Wyatt gave over the airwaves is the exact same place where Nolan's body was found. The water does not have to listen to latitude, longitude. The water could have taken his body anywhere. But the
Hold on,
body,
beloved. Hold
yes,
on 1 second. I want to get this off the screen so we can see you. Okay. Adrian, thank you for your insight into the topic and your contribution to the channel, beloved. I appreciate you. Peace, love, and blessings. She says, what's going on is generational, occultic, and sacrificial initiation worldwide. The
mhm,
demonic entities, time short, and they're being exposed. It's going to be a political fight from TPUSA lit by Tatum. I absolutely believe it. And guess what? That's why I've been telling you all this is spiritual. Okay, I told you all that
it
weeks ago. This
is.
is absolutely what it is. And I also told them that these people, they know that the time is the gig is up. It's being exposed. And we're being shown the truth in real time. Now, to some who are not open or who don't have their third, or who are not seeing things with their third eye, they're not going to be able to see and understand what we're talking about. It's going to sound crazy and far-fetched to them.
But
Okay.
it's not.
But now, yes, but now, beloved, I want you to tell us more about these clan ties because that's also what I was talking about July the 18th from the video footage that I just showed you all. These people are very active down there still, and they were passing out flyers in Ocean Springs in 2018. And this is why I knew
Yes,
that it was much deeper than anybody thought. You all know I'm prophetic, so I literally was seeing these things in dreams, okay,
it's
and also
spiritual.
just having intuition. Yes, and that's how I knew it was spiritual. Y'all, we are breaking this down. We are
Yes,
breaking news right here. Everybody remember you heard it here first because by the end of the day, we already know the bigger channels are going to steal the information and
yes,
not give
they
the
are.
queen credit. So please pay attention. Go ahead, beloved. I love it. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Cyrus.
And I'm glad
Mhm.
they are going to steal the information. And I've made small comments here and there because this is my first time, and I love the fact that news can be spread like this. But you have a
Mhm.
great platform, and I've watched you for years. Never got to do this, but when it comes to this case, yes, it was something quite obvious. They gave the longitude, latitude coordinates. Look,
Mhm.
when they gave the longitude latitude coordinates on air, that was on the 4th. That was the evening of the 4th, around 4:30 when they were on the phone. However, nobody, as you see to this very day, nobody, no law enforcement, nobody, they will go everywhere, but they will not look or search to see, because every call that comes into CETO is recorded. They won't see if Jerry Atkinson's call is recorded with the captain. Also, at the end of the dispatcher's call, the captain said, "Just transfer me to the kid." They will not check to see about that information. They will not check to see if the captain Seth, the son of Chris Ward, they won't see if he talked with Wyatt. Because if you get the time logs, you don't even need the recordings. If you get the time logs for those calls, you will see that Wyatt called his grandfather, Jerry called his connect, and Captain Chris Ward and his son in Cito. He needed them to simply say on the recording that we were not coming so that they can come bring the body. Why? Because Cito, who was a locally owned company by Chris Ward and his son, Seth Ward, they have 4 hubs stationed right around the coastline next to Jerry Atkinson's house, one of them mainly. And if you place the body in one of those hubs, while they come and conduct a search on air and by land on the island with the Rangers on land, 5 agencies on air and water, they could not come across a body for 5 hours. And they did not see traces of a body because the body was hidden. And all they did, knowing that the search would continue at roughly about 8 o'clock the very next day, all they had to do simply, Cito is 24/7 on the water, on those waters. So at 3, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, they can simply come out on the backside. As you see, they have a, if you go on the internet, you can